So today's topic is one of the most asked questions I get about Canton, and that is, what do you do there? Yep, I'm the Canton Junkie. You're here on my page. This is where we talk about anything and everything First Monday Trade Days in Canton, Texas. So when I'm telling someone about Canton for the first time, they have lots of questions. And the number one question is, what do you do there? So Canton is a great place to come and have fun, be in the outdoors, meet some really great people, and also search for cool junk. So today I wanted to go over what I'm looking for. I always keep a shopping list on my phone of maybe the current things I'm needing, maybe a new pair of tennis shoes or a gift for someone. But then also my running list, things I'm always looking for, things I have not found yet. So we're gonna go over the 5 things I'm always looking for in Canton and stick around to the end for one bonus tip. So these are in no particular order. Number 5 on the things I look for in Canton are things I like to collect. So several years ago, when we were first coming to Canton, I never really had like a certain agenda of things I was looking for, a certain shopping list. So I was just going and enjoying. And then there came a day where I was like, you know, it would be cool to have something that I collected, something I could always be hunting for. So a couple of years ago, I realized what I wanted to collect. One is Fisher-Price Little People, just the figurines, and 2 are pennants. So Fisher-Price Little People, I had no idea there was such a big group of collectors. I really thought I was probably like one of very few people. I was totally wrong. There is a huge group of collectors of these items. So, okay, this is a jumbo guy. Here's a regular sized little person, and found an oddball there a couple months ago. I'm so excited about that. Just Fisher-Price Little People. They're inexpensive to buy. They don't take up a lot of space. And there are a couple booths I always stop at. One is going to be Miss Sherry's booth. She always has vintage toys. I have bought the bulk of my Little People from her. There's another lady in the vendor field. She has tons of toys. Sometimes she has tons of books. Sometimes she has tons of puzzles. It's always like toys related. And so I bought Little People from her. And then there's 2 ladies on the corner, kind of across the grounds from them, that also sell toys and collectible toys. But you're gonna find them all over the grounds. These are just 3 booths I always make sure to stop at, but you never know who's gonna be selling what you are looking for. The other item I like to collect are pennants. Hard to hear, pennants. Like this kind of guy here. I love the vintage pennants, the sewn ones especially, and you can find these anywhere on the grounds, but they are getting harder and harder to find. I love being on the hunt for these. You're gonna find a lot of sports pennants too. Not necessarily any particular vendor I can send you to, but you will find pennants on the grounds, just few and far between. Maybe because I bought them all already. Just kidding. Number 4 on the list of things I'm always looking for when I'm in Canton is unique clothing. So I do patron the stores in my town for all sorts of things, but the clothing, I'm just not finding clothing sold in my town that just fits what I'm exactly looking for, but I'm always finding cool, funky, different things in Canton. In Arbor 2, on the Boardwalk 1 offshoot is J10 Designs. Now this booth, it's cool, it's bright, it's happy, it's crazy. She's always bringing in really funky things. And I especially love the shoe selection. I'm always drooling over these shoes. And speaking of shoes, yes, you're gonna see Hey Dudes vendors on the ground. My favorite Hey Dudes vendor is in Pavilion 4500. It is the Ladybug Jungle booth. It's a mom and daughter duo. They sell shoes. I just find this booth has the best selection and best size selection as well. So another thing I'm always looking for, which you're probably looking for too, are the weird, the kooky, the funky, the unique items. That's what I'm always digging for. Something funky, maybe I didn't know I needed, but that just speaks to me. I think that thrill of the hunt of looking for something cool and funky and unique is always what brings us back to Canton. Now there's going to be funky and cool all over the grounds. I can't necessarily pinpoint you to one place like this is where you go for funky, cool, unique, silly, crazy pieces. You're just gonna have to go and search the whole grounds and see what you find. I will say the earlier you go in the weekend, the better your odds are of finding those unique items, because otherwise they're going to be picked up by people before you get to them. Now, one booth I do want to point out is John's booth. John is located over by the West Gate near the log cabin area. His booth's funky. It's got animal stuff. It's got weird things. He's got jars of snake heads, antlers, shark teeth, different kinds of stones. I mean, it's cool. It's a cool, funky booth to look through. I will say he's always got weird stuff. So you definitely want to check out his booth over by the West Gate. So we're on to number 2 on the things I'm always looking for in Canton. And this one is plants. I'm always looking for house plants and outside plants. So I'm getting a lot better at keeping my indoor house plants alive. But air plants is still getting away from me. So I'm always replacing my air plants, and there are vendors in Canton with those. Now, I love my local nurseries, and I shop my local nurseries in my town year round. I think they have great selections. But in Canton, sometimes they're bringing more unique things and things I can't find in my town. And so I make sure to shop there too. So one place you're going to want to stop is the Tipsy Gardener. She's located in Arbor 3. Huge booth, huge variety. She knows what she's talking about and can help you pick out the right things and know how to care for them. And then there are outdoor vendors selling plants. One of my favorites, it's hard to tell you where it is because it's located in this breezeway area between 4,000 and 4,500. And it's like a husband and wife team, and they're selling outdoor plants. I just always find their selections to be really healthy looking, very large, vibrant plants. So I love shopping here too. All right, we're down to number 1 on what I'm always looking for in Canton. And don't forget to stick around for a quick bonus tip after number 1. But my number 1 I'm always looking for are vintage school items. And would you know that when I went last time, I could not find anything to film. Usually when I'm in Canton, I'm finding all sorts of really cool vintage school items, way more than I could purchase. And this time I couldn't find anything to show you, which was crazy. So I brought a few things out that I've gotten there in the past. And this is my favorite item I've gotten in Canton. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Whoa. It's one of these old vintage cheerleader megaphones. I'm sure they have a particular name. I was not a cheerleader. I have no idea what they're actually called. I probably should know, but I love this thing. Look at that, Susie. This is my prized item from Canton. I just love it. And then this last month, I did get this marching band hat, $5. $5 marching band hat. I got it for a costume party. I'm attending the Junk Gypsy Junkorama prom in Round Top soon, and so I got this marching band hat, gonna bling it out, maybe figure out what I can put in place of the plume that usually lives here. And so this is a great find too. And then one thing that's been on my list for years I have not yet gotten my hands on is a vintage scoreboard. You know, one of those ones out of those little Cracker Box gyms. And I've seen some there. I've seen a few that were maybe out of my price range or needed a little too much work to bring them back to life. So it's still on my list. I'm gonna find it, but that gives me so much like excitement to always be looking forward to, am I gonna find it this month? Is this the month I'm gonna find that scoreboard? All right, y'all, and I promised you one quick bonus tip. It's super simple. It's something everyone can look for in Canton, no matter who you are. You can shop for gifts. Who do you need to buy a gift for coming up in the next few months? What do they like? You're going to find it in Canton. There's all sorts of stuff there. You can always be shopping for gifts. If you're not sure what to get, shop for your gift list. Thanks for watching, y'all. Make sure you subscribe, hit the like, and hit the bell. And check me out on Instagram. That's where I go more in depth on items you can find in Canton, vendors, where things are located, different buildings, so you can get a better feel for what's going on before your visit. And I also go live from First Monday Trade Days the Friday of the event at 9:30. I'll give you a rundown of what's going on, what to expect, what's the weather like, am I seeing any trends, is there anything you need to know that's going on? So find me on Instagram and subscribe, y'all. See you next time.